So what I will start off by saying is that there's thousands upon thousands of people that are extremely excited for this game, and I'm very speechless. I'm not even gonna lie. Let me just also say that at the start of this. But I'm gonna reserve my thoughts after the initial reaction, because obviously I have not seen this trailer, but I have been seeing everybody posting about it. It's actually a pretty big deal. I won't lie about that. So, Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Let's get into it. Wow. They really showed. Yeah, we was all playing on that. On a CRT, man. Yep. Oh, you hear the crowd? Wow. Yeah, it's a Tenkaichi game for sure. Okay, let's I'm gonna play it back. I do appreciate this scene where they like transition right into the transformation from like the original Budokai into the brand new Tenkaichi 4. I mean, this actually I'm not gonna lie, this looks very good. Like graphically, like I'm not gonna lie, you know, this looks great. Now, I guess here's what I wanted to say about all of this. So, I unfortunately was one of those folks that had a not so great experience with the Tenkaichi series. I mean, I should maybe say it like this: I didn't have a great experience with the Tenkaichi series at the third game. So obviously, just like a lot of you, I've played every single Dragon Ball Z game out there. Budokai, obviously, I still think are the greatest series as far as like the consecutives, because a lot of them went in threes, and not a lot of them, you know, whatever. Anyway, Budokai 1 to 3, fire games. Tenkaichi is literally what started this trend of anime fighters that were 3D based. Obviously, I'm not talking about Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear. I'm not talking about those types of anime fighters. The actual anime fighters, which are fighting games that are based off of their anime counterparts, is what I'm referring to. So just so that we're very clear. And speaking of being clear, like I was mentioning, I didn't have the best experience with these games as far as when I was playing, not just online. I'm talking about like in-person fights. When I was playing against some folks that showed me what this game can actually be, it's a very spammy mess. And obviously, because of games like Tenkaichi, they continued to follow this trend of doing a lot more 3D arena-based fighters than they did with 2D. 2D essentially was kind of getting phased out around this time. And then, of course, soon thereafter, we see a lot of other series like Naruto, and of course, eventually My Hero Academia, and Demon Slayer, and One Punch Man. And this is something that I've been constantly talking about over and over and over for several years. And it's just that Bandai, especially since they're basically at the helm of the majority, or if not all of these games that I like just mentioned, or some that I probably forgot, like Kill la Kill, for example, companies are, and still to this day, are continuing to make these games as such rather than making quality games. Now, I'm sure I just offended a lot of people by saying that, but there's some truth behind it, because Dragon Ball FighterZ, right, that is a very, very good and high quality type of game. I don't look at a game for its graphical appearances. I look at a game for its mechanics, its roster, and the types of things that you can do. The gameplay, you know, like how do the functions work, and then, you know, like based on that, like, can this, you know, actually last? You know, I'm not just trying to experience something for 1 or 2 plays and then understand that, yes, this is a game that's full of a lot of BS, but at the same time, if you turn your brain off, it doesn't matter at that point, right? I like when games can be that. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with, playing games that are like Kusuge or like trash, but it's like enjoyable trash. But when it comes to this series in particular, all I had to have was that experience where I was shown why, like, I'm not a fan of like the spam fest type of key blast based beam attack type of matches. That's all. Like, there's no scrapping, there's no hands, there's no real combos and none of that. However, I will admit that it has been a very long time since I have played any of the Tenkaichi series, and because of that, I'm not even trying to burst anyone's bubble, and I'm not even trying to completely shit on the Tenkaichi series altogether. But what I am willing to do is I'm willing to reserve all of how I initially felt out of respect for the excitement that this game has right now. And clearly, I'm no stranger to how this business side of things works. It is abundantly clear to me that they are trying to sell off on the nostalgia, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that. But this is a game that I have gone on record saying, like, bro, there's no chance they're ever going to do another Tenkaichi game. And here we are. Anything is possible, right? Anything is truly possible. So again, I commend every single person that held out hope, whether it was false hope or, just very unrealistic type of hope, because I mean, like, anyone with any type of logic will literally never would have imagined this would happen. And what's even funnier is that Budokai Tenkaichi 4 is happening, and we don't even know if it's even called Tenkaichi 4. We just know that it's a brand new Budokai Tenkaichi game that obviously is essentially coming off of the original trilogy that existed many years ago. So who knows? This could be a reboot for all we know. This could be a brand new refresh or a remake. I don't know if anyone's even thought of that possibility, which I don't think is totally out of the realm of possibility. Obviously the Dragon Ball roster has grown a lot, immensely, since, the Tenkaichi days. So, and obviously I have the understanding that there's a mod, a Tenkaichi 4 mod that exists right now, which I have never played. So I guess we're going to have to throw that on the list of revisiting, if you will, because again, I truly want to have a better experience and maybe overwrite my previous experiences, because I know that happened in the past, and I know that obviously that's something I held on to for a very long time. But in my wisdom, or in my age, right, I have grown and matured, a lot over the years, and everyone can have an initial reaction. And my initial reaction was, what the hell are we doing? But I could take a step back and I can let things, settle. I can let things marinate, and I could see how things play out. And I would love to be wrong, and I would love for old me to literally know that in the future they're gonna make a quality Tenkaichi game. That would be amazing. But what I was trying to say before, and I know this is kind of rambly, I'm sorry, is that I can't believe we get a brand new Budokai Tenkaichi game before Xenoverse 3. That is OD, right? That is actually probably one of the craziest things ever. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm going to take this with all of the caution and respect, because again, a lot of people are very excited for it, and just like all of those people, I also came up from playing these types of games. I was just never a fan of the fact that it's essentially because of the Tenkaichi series that it gave birth to all of the other trash that now exists with all of these arena fighters that an anime has nowadays. Nothing has that quality like the 2D fighting games. Even some of the like 2.5D, like the 3D arena fighters that were respectable, like the Clash of Ninja series, and I believe had some as well on the GameCube, but I don't really hear too many people talking about that one. I feel like a lot of the more popular games were within those 2D based games like Budokai, like Jump Ultimate Stars, and even the Naruto Ultimate Ninja games, Naruto XL, for my Japanese importers out there, which I was definitely all about. But ever since then, we've been in this like very like copy paste. Let's just follow the formula. Let's just sell off of the namesake itself, and then the game goes on sale in like 2 to 3 months anyway. Like that's been the pattern for several years, and it's obviously working because they keep doing it, because there's enough of y'all out there, believe it or not, despite what I might be saying, that are constantly buying these fucking games. So they figured, well, since this formula is clearly not going away, Bandai probably figured there's probably not even an anime right now that we could realistically and effectively make a lot of money off of if we were to say, oh yeah, let's just make another My Hero One's Justice 3. Let's just do that right now. They probably were just like, yeah, nah, like this is done. Oh yeah, let's make a One Punch Man, a hero that nobody knows too. They're not going to do that. So this is, on their point of view, this is a very smart thing, and they're obviously still selling on the nostalgia and the fact that they are doing something that a lot of people, even though they've been holding out hope for, dude, nobody, like I said, nobody, I'm sure, ever really realistically thought that this shit would happen. Because now that this happened, I'm sure there's going to be folks out there that are going to wonder, like, oh my God, are we going to get a Raging Blast 3? Are we going to get a Budokai 4? I will take a Budokai 4. I'll just put it that out there, okay? Are we going to get are we going to get a Sagas 2? Like, yo, listen.
Stop it. Get some help.
See, if that happens, that would be, I'm not even gonna lie, that would be hype, even though that game was terrible. But it was fun. I got to co-op it with Brother Uch back in the day when we were super young. But either way, that's beside the point. Budokai Tenkaichi is seemingly getting a sequel, whether it's the 4th iteration or if it's a reboot or something. It is clearly a new Tenkaichi game. So, to those that are very excited, congratulations, and I'm very happy for y'all. And for those that might be a little bit more skeptical like me and holding out on that excitement, then let's all just do ourselves a favor. I'm just being constructive with my criticism, right? And I'm also not going to go all the way on the other side of the fence of just bashing and hating on it. Because again, this is really exciting. This is very good for the anime industry, and this is very good for the anime fighting games, obviously. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see what this develops and what this turns into. I wonder how soon it'll come out. I imagine this is going to release on the the 360. I'm sure this is going to release on the Xbox Series X and the PS5 and Steam. They didn't mention what the consoles are going to be at the end part here at all. It just says Toei Animation, Bandai Namco. The footage shown is also clearly under development. And listen, I'm not going to lie, a game like this should release this year, but we don't even know how far along they are with this. And yeah, I realistically don't know. But again, another funny point, this is happening before another Xenoverse game is coming out. That's crazy. All right, well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you like and share, subscribe, and hit me up. And like, I think what the right thing to do is I'm gonna have to make some time to see how I can get some working version of Tenkaichi 3 to be playable on my computer, maybe, or something along those lines, because I really do want to see what this could potentially turn out to be, and maybe if there was any kind of tech that I might have been missing out on back then to maybe prevent some of that spammy gameplay, because that I was not a fan of. But like I said, I'm trying to let y'all know that I am willing to give this a fair chance. Okay, so work with me. Take care of yourselves. May the power protect you. Keep it locked, loaded right here on this channel. Stay safe, stay clean, and stay the hell inside. I'll see y'all next time.